Good morning, everybody. Carrie from down in Texas. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for taking the time to get ready with me this morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a drink, a cup of coffee, a snack, whatever it is, and I hope you had a good Monday. I was in compliance all day yesterday, but it's a necessary evil. But I got a couple of things I want to talk to you today about. Last night when I was finishing up my errands after my meeting, I went into Ulta because I am running out of color corrector. So I went into Ulta and I asked the people in there to give me a recommendation on a color corrector. So I'm trying this color corrector. It is by Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Primer. This is a travel size. It was $35, so it is not cheap, guys. But I just wanted to see how it did. And then I'm also trying this new Conceal Perfect in this pink color. I've heard a lot of people talking about how pink, especially for older people, older girls and guys, have a better chance to give you the brighter underneath eye. So I'm gonna try it. So I'm putting on this color corrector, and the first thing I noticed with it is it's a beautiful moisturizing formula for sure. It's like a foam that's in this little jar. Oops, got a little in my eye. That's not good. So we'll see how that works. Then I'm gonna come in with this pink under eye, and we're just gonna see how this works. Cover up those spots that I have, which are right underneath my eyes, and they are part of my cheek. So let's just see how this is going to work. First thing I notice when I'm looking in the mirror is it's definitely brighter, for sure. Now I'm going to put it under my foundation today. I just want to see, we'll play with it and see if it does better on top of or below. Now, I've done my eyebrows because, as you know me and follow me, you know I'm pathetically horrible about doing my brows. So I did them off camera, and now I'm going to come in with my unbelievably beautiful KVD foundation. I just adore this, guys. I just think this is, I know I've said this the last couple of videos, but this truly is a remarkable formula, especially for older skin. It just makes my skin feel like it's 25 years younger. It makes it feel that way, and it also makes it look that way. And this product just goes and goes. I mean, truly. Now, I hardly used any today, and I'm probably going to need a little more because I've been finding I've been using too much. So I'm going to come in here and add a little bit more, I think. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. I revisited and restarted. I hope somebody's not coming in here to disturb my video. No. I had a wonderful weekend because I jump-started a previous career. And I did some things to enhance what I've already started. As many of you know, when I was younger, I was a model, and I modeled overseas. I did a pretty good job. What you reckon? You can still see these a little right here, so I'm going to come in with my Wet n Wild corrector here and just dab that in that's a scar. So that's from a curling iron that I dropped on my face accidentally a few years ago. So anyways, that looks pretty darn good. I'm just gonna come in with my Joa, give myself a little bit more help here. Wow, remarkable. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? That's pretty remarkable. I'm impressed. Wow. That's the best my under eyes have looked, I think, in a really, really, really long time. Wow. My eyebrows look decent. So, get back to what I was talking about. I started a career many years ago when I was in high school, and I was a model. I did a lot of local modeling for boutiques and a couple of the big department stores here in Houston that are no longer in business, sadly. Sakowitz, which, I just loved Sakowitz. They had the classiest clothes. My mother was a Sakowitz gal, and my mother just always looked so put together and so classy. She was so timeless in her clothes, and she just always was put together. She never walked out of the house, I've told you this before, unless she was put together. And I mean put together. It just didn't happen. Not even to the grocery store or to fill her car up. She just was determined to always look her very best, and she did. She just always looked amazing. So I started this career many moons ago, and I went back to Australia for a couple of years, and during that time I did some modeling in Australia, and I worked in Australia for a couple of years. And back when I was modeling, this would have been in the early 80s, there was a lot of bad stuff going on in that industry. A lot of bad stuff. A lot of drugs. A lot of forcing models to look like they were dying. And a lot of models fell into the trap of taking stuff that they shouldn't have taken, and I just was not ever into that, and so I left the industry. I just was not going to be part of an industry where I was forced to do something that I didn't want to do. And that could ultimately kill me from starvation and from obvious reasons with drugs. And so I left the industry. And I left the industry very dejected and very disappointed, because I was very much enjoying what I was doing. But I just knew that it was not something that I could continue to do. And so I left the industry, and I came back to the United States, and I went to college. My high school sweetheart and I reconnected, and we got married. And so that career just went by the wayside. And my mother was always really disappointed that I didn't go back to it in some way. Not disappointed in me per se, just disappointed that I could never get back to finding a career in that. I had a child. It just didn't work out. And then, okay, today I'm using this beautiful palette. I just used my Essence. This is a peachy color blush today because I'm obviously wearing a little peachier color today. So I'm coming in with this beautiful nudes palette. This is by LA Colors. I adore this palette. It's just very beautiful. It's got lots of beautiful pinks and neutrals in it. Anyways, so that career just kind of went by the wayside, and here we are. That was in the early 80s, and now we are, 45 years later, and I am rekindling that. So I am expanding my knowledge base into some other areas, not just modeling. And so this weekend I was taking some classes, and just, the great thing about life is this. This is what I have found in my experience during all of the ups and downs and tribulations of my life, and my successes and my disappointments, of which there's been many. The one thing that I've learned, and the one thing that my parents instilled in me, is you are never ever too old to start a new dream. Whatever that dream is, whether it's a career dream, whether it's starting a new business, whatever the dream is, right? Whatever you decide you want to partake in. It doesn't matter where you are in your life or how old you are now, because our society has changed so dramatically since I was in this industry 40 years ago. 40 years ago, you couldn't be, you couldn't be overweight. You had to be, and there's still a lot of requirements as far as high fashion modeling, but there's so many more opportunities for people in the acting industry, in the voiceover industry. There's just so many more opportunities that are now available. And I think it's wonderful because it gives everybody an opportunity, if that's the opportunity you want, to break into doing, having a second career, having something you can be passionate about. And when my mother passed away, I'll never forget, in the hospital one night, we were having a conversation, and she just said to me, "I'm so proud of you and the person you are, the woman you are, and the mother you are, but you need to concentrate on your goals and your life and your dreams. You've done for everyone else all these years, rightfully so. You're a wonderful mother, but now if you have a dream, you need to follow that dream." And I always felt like I had left something unfinished. Now I'm coming in, and what I did is I picked up one of these beautiful neutral colors, this peachy color. Then I'm coming in with this little bit darker here, and I'm just gonna blend out in my crease this transition. I put the darker color here in the corner of my eye to bring out and up my eye. Now I'm using this transition color to blend all that. Put that darker color down on my waterline. So I just, one thing I want to get across is none of us are ever too old to chase something, chase a dream, chase an opportunity, chase a goal that we've not been able to get in our lifetime, because we only get one chance at life, right? And life gets in the way. We all know that, because it just does. But here's the great thing about life. You always have an opportunity to go after a new goal or a new dream, or return to a dream that you haven't finished. And you're never too old now. That's the wonderful thing about it. There's so many opportunities in all types of industry for older individuals, and I think that's remarkable. You don't have to be 65 now or 60 now and dread the fact that you're going to turn 65 and have to go off into the sunset and retire if you don't want to. Now, if you want to, by all means, jump on it and do it if you can. You know, there's a lot of people now in my generation and into the next generation, 10 years behind me, where people are struggling to get to the point where they can retire. And I'm one of those people. I know that I'm going to be working for at least 10 more years to give my husband and I every opportunity to live the lifestyle that we now have, that we've worked really hard to get. We were part of the Arizona, we lived in Arizona at the time that the market dropped in 2008. And then we had 11 years where we could not sell our home in Arizona. It took us 11 years to sell it. During that time, we were terrified to have 2 mortgages, so we didn't. So we rented for 11 years. So we, in our mind, we are, and we had some other pretty substantial family crises that cost us tens of thousands of dollars right as my husband and I were married. And so we have been struggling to recoup from both of those life events. And so I know that we are 10 to 15 years behind where we should be. And now that we have this horrible economy, I know that for sure. And so in life, you've got to do what you've got to do, right? To take care of yourself. And so I got something awful in my eye. I can't get it out. I'm so sorry. I got to get it out or it's going to irritate. Oh, look what I just did. What a mess. Just totally smudged my mascara. I'm going to have to come through and I'm going to have to fix that. Ay. So here, let me tell you how you can fix that. Okay, get my big I'm just going to get my sponge here and I'm going to fix it, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to find my little pink concealer here. I'm going to have to blend that all out again, but we'll fix it. So I'm a good, you know, we're 10 to 15 years behind where we need to be, and so I'm at peace with that now. It took me a long time to get to a place where I was at peace with that. I really, really held a lot of anger and resentment because of what we experienced and why we were in that place. A lot. I mean, a lot. I held a lot of animosity and anger because I felt like that we had done everything we could possibly do in this situation, and it didn't matter what we did, it was never right, and we were constantly questioned about it, and it was just a really bad situation, and it happened a very long time ago, and I'm over it now, but there's still that pang of, you know, I'd like to be able to this weekend, my husband and I decide, oh, let's just get on a plane and let's go to Colorado, or let's get on a plane and let's go to New York for the weekend, or Miami, or wherever we wanted to go, just so we could take off for the weekend and go. And you know, we're not there. At this stage, there's a lot of things in our life that are preventing us. It's not just, you know, where we are financially, because my husband and I are both very, very conservative, and so we try to spend $1 if we can and not $2. So you know, that's a struggle in and of itself, but we're okay with that because we know that in the long run it's going to help us get to where we need to get and ensure that we're where we need to get for both of us as we get older. My husband is older than I am, and so, you know, I've got to make sure that if something happens to him, that I'm taken care of, and vice versa. And so we are very cognitive about all of those things and those decisions that we make. And it's, you know, it's a challenge for everybody. All right, so I finished fixing my mistake from my blurred mascara. I am going to come in now and I'm going to just seal all my makeup with a finishing powder. I'm just going to take my brush like this, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to set it all just ever so slightly, just dust it. And what we're doing is we're just setting that. I don't like to use a lot because I don't want it to get all over my eyelashes. Now that palette is great too because there's hardly any fallout from that product. And there we go. Beautiful colors. So you can see I did, let me get my little brush out here. So I did the darker color in the crease and along the front, and then down on my lower line. Did the same thing over here, lower line, and then I made a little triangle up in the corner and then across my eye. Then I came in with a lighter peachy color down in here to lighten my eyelid, open my eye, because I have such a big area right here and such a big bone that a tendency to collapse. And so the way I do that is to bring that transition up and over the bone. And actually I'm going to do a little more. I'm going to pick up a little bit brighter peachy tone and just add a little bit up in here. I'm going to extend that up into that area up there. Oh yeah, that looks better. I'm just picking up some peachy tones in this Ellen Tracy palette. See, I'm just picking up those peachy tones. There we go. Very nice. This is a really nice palette. I found that palette at Marshall's for $2.99. And Ellen Tracy's a big designer. That's a great buy. That's a great store, by the way, if you are looking for product and you don't want to spend a fortune. Because let me tell you, I was at the stores, at the department store last night. Oh my goodness. Because I need to find some clothes because I've lost 125 pounds and my clothes are hanging off of me. They're all just massively too big. So I decided after my class yesterday to just run in and see what I could find. And oh my stars, just cannot get over how expensive everything is. You know, you used to be able to go to the department store and buy a nice outfit and buy a pair of shoes, and you know, you might spend $125, $140. My God, it's double that now. All right, so there we go. I do not like my lipstick choice, however. So I'm going to see if I have a peachier color in here. Oh, that's pink. I have one, just hold on a second. terrible thing to do, to walk away from the camera like that. But so this is a wonderful product. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and I love this product because it has a glimmer to it. So I'm just going to come through. Well, you know what? Let's take this off. Let's just do this right. Don't like that color. And then let's come in. When you take your lipstick off like that, it's always a good idea to come back over with a powder puff and just kind of seal your lips back up. Give you a really good surface to work from. It's a beautiful peachy color. Charlotte Tilbury. This is a really nice product. It's really moist, and it's got lots of beautiful flecks in it. So anyways, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday wherever you are. I hope that the remainder of the week is a great week, that it's productive and that you get a lot done. And thank you for stopping by today. Thank you for stopping by my new channel, my new domain, which is www.carriedevlinscroggins.com. And don't forget, I'm available for consultations on my insurance agency. Don't forget, I have a DIY company. We've got a huge sale going on right now. 25% off all interior design service fees through the end of March. Spring sale. And then, of course, I have my mental wellness company, which I have so many products to help you feel better and work better and live better. They're all natural, plant-based products, totally vegan and totally chemical-free. So if you've got something going on, let me know, because I can help you. We may have something that'll definitely help you get back in control of whatever it is that's causing you issues. And of course, I am a speaker. I do in-person speaking, in-person training, and I am also modeling. So that's me. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you will, please leave me a comment, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time that I post a video. And guys, I will catch up with you the next time that I get ready. God bless. Have a wonderful remainder of the week, and I will catch up with you the next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.